Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how you can manage inflation cost with technology by using Costco.com. For those outside of the US, there is a store called Costco. And what it is it's a warehouse-like store. They buy stuff in bulk and they pass the savings on to the shopper. It is a membership store and they sell a variety of items. They sell electronics, they sell they have their own tire stores, car parts. You can get clothes, you can get food, you can get a lot of stuff on the cheaper side of things. So you can make your budget go a lot further. Now, since I'm a computer guy, I try to find the best deals on computers. So, what you do is you go here and then you do computers. We're going to do the desktop first. Alright, this is the second time I am making this video because unfortunately the first time did not turn out so well. Okay, so now what you see here is basically what I have as my daily used machine. So the one I have had 8 gigs of memory. This one has 12. So there is a larger amount of memory than when I bought it from a different company. So that other company that I was looking at, they wanted $900 for this exact model, but it only had one drive. So you have a larger amount of memory, same hard drive, and a 256 gigabyte SSD. Now, this one runs the Intel Core i5. I am running the i3. The better the processor, the more it's going to cost you. Now, if you're a movie editor, you're an independent filmmaker, I do recommend the i7. Just get to the best one available. Yes, it'll cost you more money up front, but while you're working, you don't have to worry as much about, oh, do I need to swap my processor out? Do I need to do this? Now, the only thing you may need is more memory, but that's about it. So, getting back on track here. So, this one has 12 gigabytes of memory, a terabyte hard drive, a 256 gigabyte SSD. Now, this is an HP. This is 649. This runs the Ryzen, which is an AMD processor. These are actually good prices. Basically, it's almost the same specifications. The reason this one is more money is because of the generation of the Intel processor. And ironically, this one costs less than this one. I've never used a Ryzen processor. Most of my computer experiences have been with Intel processors. I've used very, very old AMD processors, such as the AMD Athlon 2. So, anyway, moving on. This computer right here has a larger amount of memory. This has a 1 terabyte hard drive and a 512 gigabyte SSD. So this SSD is larger than this one, but you got 32 gigabytes of memory and you're running the Intel Core i7. This is also an HP. Now, you notice the difference. These two are basically the same machine. But with this particular one, you get a coupon for $100 off. So basically, I would look for this. So basically, for $100 less, you're getting this machine at the same specifications. The term specs is specifications. It's a shortened version of the word. Okay, there's going to be a couple differences here. This one has less memory, but you get a 2 terabyte hard drive and a 1 terabyte SSD. If you notice, and as I say before, always buy the computer with more memory. So this one costs more and you're getting less. This one costs less, but you are getting more. This one, now, you can upgrade these, but you got to be extremely careful what is compatible and what is not with HPs and Dells. I did try to upgrade my gaming machine and nothing worked, so it all depends on the BIOS of the machine. So just want to throw that out there. So this is a 23.8-inch touchscreen. You have 8 gigabytes of memory and a terabyte hard drive. Now, this is $649. This is actually a good deal because, unfortunately, all-in-ones, they do use laptop parts because of the room inside of them. So, yes, it's a desktop machine, but unfortunately, they don't have any room in them, so you are going to pay a little more for parts to upgrade it. Okay, so this is a members only machine. As you can see down there, I can't tell you the price of that machine. Okay, so this has 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, and a 256 SSD. Now, this is $949.99, so basically $950. Okay, right? So this one and this one are the same price. This has better specifications than this one. Now, I'm not doing graphics cards or anything like that. I'm just going bare bones. $32 gigs. 16. You get more with this. Yeah, these are all pretty much the same. Okay, so now let's do laptops. Okay, so now, mind you, you will pay a little more for laptops. Unfortunately, laptops, I know I stated this before, you have one part doing multiple things. So if that part fails one of its functions, you have to replace the whole board. Um, I did work at a place and that happened where the laptop's board failed, and I knew what it was and my boss knew what it was, but we could not fix it because somebody had already done it multiple times and it was just kind of ruining the board. So unfortunately we had to get a new board, and it was half the cost of buying a new one at the time, but sometimes it's worth, depending on the age of the machine, to get a new one. Sometimes you can't get parts, sometimes they don't make that model, and sometimes companies don't support it. Okay, so getting back to this. This is a Dell Inspiron. Yes, there is an Inspiron desktop and an Inspiron laptop. This is a 15-inch touchscreen, 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte hard drive, 256 gigabyte SSD. This is $749, right? If you look at the specifications on this one and look at the specifications on this one, they're basically the same. Now, here is something you should notice. This is running i7, this is running i5. There's only $100 difference. Now, in this case, to make your money go further in the future, what they call scalable, you want to get the one that is $100 more. In this case. Now, if it was $300 to $400 more, in these times, I don't recommend that. Okay, so these two have the same size touchscreen. And this one over here has the same size touchscreen. These three right here have a larger touchscreen than this one. So all these have 16 gigabytes of memory, except this one. This is 12. All these two have a terabyte hard drive and a 256 gigabyte SSD. This has a 512, and this has a 512. Okay, why is that? This one is a little over $500 more than this one. Why is that? This one is what they call a convertible. Basically what happens is the screen is on a hinge, so you open it up, close it, turn the screen a certain way, and it becomes a tablet. Those are going to be on the expensive side because basically you're getting two computers in one is basically what's happening. Go down here. That's very interesting too. This has a 14-inch display. This has a 14-inch display. 12 gigs of memory, 8 gigs of memory, 256 gigabyte SSD. Same with this one. This one is running Windows 10. But you can, as long as it's running the TPM chip on the board, you can upgrade it using Windows Media Creation Tool. Now, why is this? These are the same price. So, But this is where I would go with this one. Why is that? Depending on what you need, this one has a touch screen. So if you want something with the touch screen, this would be good for you. Now, unfortunately, it has less memory than this one. This one has more than this one. Unfortunately, sometimes getting exactly what you need can be a little difficult. So if you need something with the touchscreen and you need it now, this would be perfect. Okay, so this one has a 512, a 14-inch display, which means this display is larger than this one. 12 gigs of memory, okay, that's a good thing, and a 512 gigabyte SSD. Now, this does not have the touchscreen, and it's $100 more. This one has a larger screen than this one, and this has 16 gigs. Look at this. Look at the price difference. So that has 60 gigabytes. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16. So it has 4 gigs more, and look at the price. But this is the Ryzen 7. The way computers are priced is based off basically the main component, the processor and memory. Okay, we'll do a little more here. So this is just to give you an idea. All right, so these two have a larger touchscreen than this one and this one. This is a members only one. If you have a Costco membership, you're going to go for this one. Hey, it's $200 less than this one. This is where it will come back to bother you. 14-inch display, 14-inch display. Okay. 4 gigs of memory, 8 gigs. 128 gigabyte storage, 256 gigabyte SSD. I will go for this one. But look at the generation of the processor. So, and this one's running the i3. You have to look at what the processor is. Now, I'm doing this video as a basic example of how you can spend your money different ways and get what you want or close to what you want. So, all right, so this is a 15.6 touchscreen. This has a regular display. Both the same amount. It's only $100 difference. You could, as I stated before, memory, always buy the computer with the largest amount of memory you need at the time or want. Drives are easy to change. Some laptops you have to take the back apart to get it, but you can do it. This one's out of stock. This is actually a good deal for this type of product. It's kind of bare bones, which means very, very basic, but it's good for what you need. So this one has the largest display out of all of them. And that's it. So this is a basic example of what you can get. So anyway, with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.